So I actually would say that I'm a lover of the winemaker and the story behind the wine because the personality to me makes the wine that much more prolific and enjoyable.
I really want people to understand when we hear your opinions, where it comes from. So,
Sure.
from a personal point of view, what got you excited about wine? How did that happen? Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to get into wine from the beginning?
Yeah. Honestly, it was a happy accident. So I work for a captive insurance company. So we have our own programs, we have our own plans. I don't broker things out. I only work for one company. And I got to the point in my career with them that I really wanted to be good at something, really known for something. And I knew we had a beverage policy coming down the line. I am in the heart of the Willamette Valley. So there's a lot of vineyards, there's a lot of agriculture, and farming is my background. So I really wanted something that had ag base to it. And I had started losing my vineyard clients because I didn't have a wine policy to be able to kind of like package things together, so to speak.
Mhm.
And so I apparently had been complaining quite a bit that we didn't have something like this. So the company had decided to develop it. They saw the need for it. And it wasn't just me complaining. I don't have that much power. Let's just make that really evident and apparent. I don't have that much power. But I was one of the probably the biggest proponents for it. And I had planned on going into the beer industry because I liked beer. I didn't drink wine at all. I live in Eola Hills, that ABA, which is an amazing place for wine. But I didn't really drink it because I didn't understand it and I was afraid of it, is really the honest answer to that. And so for me, it's easier to walk into a restaurant going, hey, I want an IPA because I know exactly what I'm going to get,
Mhm.
versus going, hey, I want a Pinot, and you get this massive range of wine from all over the world and all over these styles and blah, blah, blah. And to me, that's so intimidating. But as fate would have it, the company came out with a wine policy first, and the beer policy did not have a timeline on it for being dropped, so to speak, or available. And I'm like, well, damn. I guess wine it is. And so I picked it up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get serious about this. But being a farmer's daughter and listening to my dad for years talk about like these salesmen and these business people that were helping him, if they didn't understand what he was doing, he wanted nothing to do with them. And I knew nothing about wine. And so I asked the right people the right questions. They were willing to educate me. And then I ended up going back to Linfield University, which is our local college here, and did their immersion program and really got into understanding the wine industry from start to finish. So we started with dirt and we ended up with the International Pinot Noir celebration, which is in McMinnville. It's an amazing event, and learned everything in between. And I was hooked. And then, kind of the podcast came from there. So, and then the love of wine. So I actually would say that I'm a lover of the winemaker and the story behind the wine because the personality to me makes the wine that much more prolific and enjoyable. And then wine is probably a really close number two.
So, whether we're a consumer, whether we're a winemaker, whether we're a vineyard, and we want to learn more about insurance, tell us website, social media, what's the best way to learn more about your insurance work?
I would say that a Wine Crush podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are probably the best places to go because I kind of skirt both sides of the fence with that. We do some Insure What You Love Thursday content, which is just kind of breaking down some of this stuff into English to where you can understand it. But honestly, either direct messaging me or calling me directly is probably the best way to actually get your questions answered the best way possible. Our insurewhatyoulove.com is more of a generic look at the insurance that we do. But then you can also go to my Country Financial page as well, and get actual product specific with that.